Hi guys, I just want to have a talk to you about how we broke the village. We broke the village and I'm seeing parents struggling every day. I'm constantly seeing parents who don't have the tools to confidently make decisions about their child's lives, and I've spent a lot of my time lately pondering on why it's hard for them. So, having years of formal training and even more years of experience with thousands of children and their families, I still struggle sometimes with my own children. How do people with no training or experience do this? I really can't fathom to understand how difficult it must be sometimes, but I'm lucky that I'm in a position to help them. So, what did we do to the village? So, firstly, we're all more isolated than ever. This is crazy because we live closer in proximity to our neighbours than we ever did in the past. Many people don't even know their neighbours' names. In the past, children played in the streets with other neighbourhood children and their parents would meet each other. Now it is considered unsafe to let your child play with other children in the street, and children play inside. We also made it difficult to cope financially with basic day-to-day expenses, so it is more common than not that both parents have to work to pay the bills. Working reduces our time to create networks of parents who can help us in our community and support us to learn about our children through our interactions with them. We also now work for longer than we ever did. As a child, I would spend time with both sets of grandparents, but now grandparents are generally still working and don't have too much time to help with their grandkids and help parents through their parenting struggles. We don't spend much time with other people's children before we become parents anymore. We generally don't have big families with siblings who are much younger than us, and we are also so busy. We're also busy that we're not involved in the lives of our youngest family members anymore. Gone are the days where everyone would help each other with their children. Now you're pretty much on your own. Knowledge now is the replacement for the village. It's a pretty poor replacement, but we now have the internet to teach us how to raise our children. The first thing you learn is that the way you brought up was wrong. Not all of us, but the vast majority. So what this means is that often the only experience we have of parenting is that the way we parented is not a socially acceptable way to bring up our own child. And the biggest problem here is that there's no consensus about what's right and what's wrong, and also misinformation is actually rife. Parent shaming and bullying is also at an all-time high, and this prevents good information from being passed on to, as people are afraid to ask. This approach also adds to the isolation that many parents are feeling. So how do we get this back? So it's a big job and it takes all of us to join together to change this. I don't have all of the answers about how we can make the whole of society embrace the difficulties that parents are having, but we can help on an individual level by knocking on the doors of our neighbours and introducing ourselves, by encouraging family members without children to spend time with your children so that when they become parents, they have some experience with children, by committing to regular catch-up with our parent friends, and also actively discouraging online bullying and shaming of parents. Thanks, guys.